Hey there and welcome back. My name is Shari Kensley and I'm your body positive community yoga teacher. Today's practice is going to be a wrist-free practice. So if you typically struggle in yoga classes in planks or chaturangas or downward facing dogs because you have tender wrists or carpal tunnel, then this is going to be the perfect class for you. This will also be great if you are rehabbing an injury anywhere in the wrists, arms, or shoulders. And we're going to do a lot of work to strengthen and loosen up the wrists and shoulders today, but we're also not going to put any or do any weight bearing postures. So go ahead, get onto your mat, get comfy. We're going to start on our backs in a Shavasana. So make your way onto your back. You can always have those knees bent and together if it is uncomfortable to come flat on the back first thing. Otherwise, extend those legs out long. Go ahead, bring your hands down alongside your body. Softly tuck the chin. Begin to drop into the breath. Bringing your attention away from your day and towards your practice. Focusing on all the points of contact the body is making with the mat. And then consciously relaxing the muscles. Starting to notice the full inhale and the full exhale. Each exhale melting just a little bit more. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Enjoy one more full breath here. And then on that next inhale, start to wriggle those fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. If you have those knees bent, go ahead, begin to lengthen out through those legs. And then we'll start to bring our feet together. And on our next inhale, we're gonna reach the arms up and overhead. We're gonna point through those toes. We're gonna reach through the fingers. And inhale, find a long stretch. Maybe even feel that low back arch up off the mat. Beautiful. Exhale, relaxing out of that stretch. And then on the next inhale, both hands are going to walk over to the top right corner of the mat. Take those shoulders with you and then relax both shoulders and the entire upper back flat on the mat. Then we'll walk both feet over to the bottom right corner of that mat. And we'll keep going and we're looking for a long crescent moon stretch. Left side of the body is getting comfortably opened here. And then you can also cross the right ankle over the left if you choose, maybe even hook those thumbs. Find your long stretch here, passive opening of the left side of the body. Chin is still gently tucked. Soften and melt into the pose. Just breathing here. Finding a gentle opening to start our practice. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. On that next exhale, go ahead, release those feet, release those thumbs if you have them hooked. Inhale and start to walk the feet back through center, the hands and shoulders back through center. And then we'll take the hands and shoulders over to the left, melt the entire upper back down, and then walk both feet over to the bottom left corner of that mat. Beautiful. If we're taking that crisscross, left ankle crosses over right, maybe hook those thumbs. Beautiful. Tuck the chin, soften into the pose. Right side of the body is getting beautifully opened. Couple more rounds of breath here in our crescent moon or banana stretch. Beautiful. One more full round of breath here. And then exhaling to release those feet and thumbs. Inhaling, bringing the upper body back to the center of the mat. Go ahead, bring those feet back to the center of the mat. Beautiful. Next inhale, let's take one more long stretch down the middle. And then exhale, gather those knees in towards the chest. Go ahead, give them a big hug. Rock side to side a couple times. Beautiful. Low back starting to release down onto the mat now. Hands on those knees. Let's circle those knees 3 times in one direction. Go ahead, reverse 3 times the other direction. Staying conscious and focused on that breath. Beautiful. Exhale, release to center. Inhale, extend those arms out to your sides into a T shape. Inhaling here, exhale, drop both knees over to one side. Nice, easy twist. Perfect. Soften those shoulders down. Maybe turn the head the opposite direction of those knees. Opening through the spine. Two more breaths. Beautiful. Inhaling, knees to center. Exhale, take them over to the other side. Melt that right shoulder down, maybe look over to the right. Beautiful. Breathing here. Couple more breaths. Awesome. On that next inhale, let's bring those knees back up to center. Go ahead, give them a nice big squeeze. And then release the soles of the feet back down onto the mat. Just lost my backpack there. Oh my goodness. All right, back in business. Let's try that again. I'm gonna have to edit that one out. Sorry. Okie dokie. From here, go ahead, release the soles of the feet down onto the mat. And then you can either have those knees bent or you can extend that left leg out long. We're gonna hug the right knee into the chest, give it a big squeeze. Hands come behind that right thigh, interlace the fingers, extend the right foot up to the ceiling. Let's roll the ankle a couple times. One direction and then the other. And then pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. One more here. Beautiful. Go ahead, keep that beautiful flex. Pull back on the thigh, tuck the chin. 5 full breaths here. Couple more breaths. Keep flexing through that ankle, reaching through that heel. Perfect. We're going to deepen by sliding those hands up towards the ankle, bringing head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Nice soft shoulders here. 3 breaths. Beautiful. Exhale, release back down. Hug that right knee into the chest. Left knee comes in as well. Give everything a big squeeze. And then release the feet back down. Your choice. You can keep the knees bent or you can extend the right leg out long. Left knee is going to come in. Get a nice big hug. And then hands will come behind that thigh. Interlace the finger. Extend the foot up to the ceiling. Let's roll the ankle a few times. One direction. And then the other direction. Beautiful. Start to point through those toes. Flex through the ankle. Pointing and flexing. Pointing and flexing. Perfect. Softly pull back on that thigh. Find your nice deep stretch. Tuck the chin. 5 breaths. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Let's deepen. Hands slide up to the ankle. Forehead comes up to the knee. 3 more breaths. Bottom of that exhale, go ahead, release everything back down, hug that knee into the chest, other one comes in as well, give it a big squeeze. Perfect, hands behind those thighs, start to rock up and back, keep the chin tucked, tiny little rocks at first, each one gaining more and more and more momentum until we can rock all the way up to a comfortable, easy seat. Now you can keep those legs crossed. You can also bring the soles of the feet together if it's not comfortable to sit in this crisscross position. Perfect. Start to stack those vertebrae. We're going to relax the shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to find ourselves into some easy neck rolls. Releasing one ear over to one shoulder and then melting the chin to the chest, nice and slow. Other ear comes over to the other shoulder and then chin to chest. Ear to shoulder. Chin to chest. Beautiful. See if you can link breath with movement here. Inhaling one direction and exhaling the other. And find those long neck stretches. If you need to pause anywhere, get an extra breath into a super tight area, absolutely feel free. We'll be here for a couple more rounds of breath. Beautiful. Next inhale, stack that head back up on the neck, sitting up nice and tall. Alrighty, bring those hands to those knees. We're going to do some seated cat-cows. On your inhale, you're going to pull your heart forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades, look up. Exhale, pull the belly button in. You're going to round up the spine. Allow your chin to fall to your chest. Inhaling, lift the heart, squeeze those shoulder blades, arch the low back. Exhale to round, belly button pulls in tight. Beautiful. Inhaling, lift the heart. Exhaling to round. A few more just like that. Following the flow of your breath. Last 2. Next inhale, round up the spine until the head stacks back up on that neck. Beautiful. You're going to make your way over onto your knees. You're going to take your knees super duper wide and your tiptoes to touch, and you're going to walk those hands out. Beautiful. Coming into a child's pose. Go ahead and mount the forehead down. Rock those hips side to side a couple of times. I'm starting to open up into the groin, inner thigh area. Beautiful. One more breath here. Next inhale, let's walk all 10 fingers all the way over to the right. Go ahead, sweep your right hand behind your back. Roll that right shoulder up and back. Maybe even come onto the side of the head here. Big shoulder stretch. Few breaths. Awesome, inhaling. Exhale, right hand releases. Go ahead, walk your way back through center. Take it over to the other side. And then left hand sweeps behind the back. Flip that palm up. Go ahead, roll that left shoulder up and back. A few more breaths here. One more full breath. Exhale to release that the top arm. Inhale, walk your way back through center. Let's take a breath here. Beautiful. Next inhale, walk those hands back up towards the body. Go ahead, bring those knees together. Sit back on those heels and start to stack the vertebrae until you're sitting up tall, coming into our hero pose. Beautiful. On that inhale, we're going to sweep those arms up and overhead. Keep that core tight as on your exhale, you release your right hand down, take a soft side bend, fingertips graze the earth. 3 breaths. You can also roll that shoulder up and back, looking up if that feels good, but your gaze can be neutral or down if the neck is not in agreement. Beautiful. Next inhale, those arms reach up and overhead, core is tight. Exhale, other side, long side bend. Gorgeous. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, let's release those hands behind the back. We'll interlace the fingers behind our back. And on our inhale, we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades tight. We're going to pull the hands down towards the earth as we lift the heart and look up. Beautiful. Two more breaths here. Low belly is firm. Exhale, go ahead and release. Roll those shoulders out a couple times. Perfect. All right, from here, we're going to make our way forward. And we're going to come down onto our forearms. And we're going to measure so we have the perfect base for us. You're going to bring one hand to the opposite elbow and the other hand to the opposite elbow as well. We'll walk our knees back so that hips are stacked over those knees. And then from here, keeping these elbows in the exact same place, we're going to open up through the hands until we can interlace the fingers and squeeze the forearms down. Beautiful. So most of our weight here is going to be in our forearms, and most of the pressure is going to be in our shoulders as we come into our dolphin pose. We're pressing down through the sides of the wrists, but we're not putting any weight on those wrists. From here, you're going to curl your toes under. Take an inhale, exhale. You're going to lift your hips up to the back of the room. Beautiful. Keep pressing through those thighs, melting those heels down. Beautiful. Now from here, inhale, look forward. See if you can ripple your weight over those shoulders. Exhale, pull it back. You got it. Inhale, look forward. Ripple forward. Exhale, press it back. Let's go for 3 more. Following your breath here. One more round. Great big shoulder workout. And then from here, release those knees back down. Knees together, melt your hips back to your heels, and then walk your hands down alongside your feet. Melt your forehead down. You can also bring a block underneath that forehead if the floor is far away. And then melt those shoulders down around those ears. Beautiful breathing here. Perfect. On that next inhale, softly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Head is the very last thing to stack. And then we're going to make our way onto our feet. So just plant those fingertips lightly, curl the toes under, rock back onto the feet, walk those hands back towards you, and then start to sink those heels down as you straighten through the legs. Heel toe those feet to hips width apart so you've got some space to play. On your inhale, half rise, look forward. You can bring your fingertips to the shins or maybe they reach the earth. On the exhale, we're going to take a big fold. Crown of the head melts all the way down. Perfect. From here, you've got a few options. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows and allow the full weight of your upper body to melt down. You can also walk those fingertips from side to side. You can simply hang out. You can grab behind those legs. Just find a version of this fold that feels good to you. Making sure that we nod the head yes and no a few times to really loosen up through the neck. A few more rounds of breath. Just allowing the back of the body to open. One more breath here. On that next inhale, put a tiny bend in those knees. Release the fingertips towards the earth, and an inhale, softly roll it up one vertebra at a time. Allow your hands to be heavy. Allow your chin to be heavy to your chest. And the head is the last thing to stack after we've rolled those shoulders. And come to stand up, nice and tall. Beautiful. Make your way forward onto the mat. Once again, feet are at hips width apart. We're going to come into some half sun salutations. On your inhale, arms are going to sweep up and overhead. On your exhale, take a long fold with a flat back all the way down. On your inhale, you're going to half rise and look forward. Exhale, fold and melt the crown of the head down again. Next inhale, arms reach out to the sides, come all the way up, palms meet at the top. Exhaling, hands come to prayer at heart center. We keep flowing just like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, come up, palms reach to the top and meet, maybe a soft back bend. Exhale, prayer at heart center. 3 more rounds, half sun A. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhaling, melting. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, prayer. 2 more rounds, inhaling. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, come on up. Exhaling, prayer. Final round. Inhale, come all the way up. Beautiful. Exhaling to prayer. Take a breath here. Let's heel toe those feet together. Big toes touch, heels touch, knees and thighs squeeze together tight. On that next inhale, drop your weight into your heels, sit your booty low, sweep your biceps up alongside your ears. We're going to tuck the tailbone down and the pubic bone up. Beautiful. Utkatasana, fierce pose. 2 more breaths. Perfect. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. Next inhale, arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, half rise. Exhale, fold again. Beautiful. Next time you come on up, sit low, biceps sweep up. Let's get even lower than we were before. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Take a breath. Next inhale, looking up, exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. We'll take a soft twist in the upper body only over to our right. See if we can hook the elbow on the outside of the thigh and then looking over to the right. Now it's natural for the hips to sweep out to the left, so sweep both hips over to the right edge of your mat to become square in those hips once again. Keep pressing the prayer into the heart as you roll your right rib cage up. Great big twist in the spine, 2 breaths. Next inhale, arms reach up, looking up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. We twist in the upper body only to the other side. Maybe we get to hook those elbows. We'll see if there's space. And then if those hips aren't square, sweep them both over to the left. Keep pressing that prayer firmly into the heart. 2 breaths. Beautiful. Next inhale, sweep those arms back up. Exhaling, sit a little lower. Gorgeous. Inhale, come all the way up, long stretch. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, half rise, look forward. Exhale, folding. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Beautiful. Take a breath here. Release those hands to your waist, and then let's heel toe those feet to hips width apart. So we've got a little space between those feet. Go ahead, step your right foot way back, about 3 to 4 feet distance, depending on how tall or how long your legs are. You're going to want to line up your front arch or your front heel with your back heel, and then turn your gaze back forward. Hands on the waist. Let's see if we can roll the right hip point forward. The back heel might pick up. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. On your exhale, bend deep into your front knee. Warrior 1. Awesome. Biceps are up alongside those ears. And again, that tailbone is dropping down and the pubic bone's rolling up as much as we can. Let's take 3 breaths here. Warrior 1. You can look up to challenge that balance. One more full breath. Beautiful. On your inhale, look up. Exhale, you're going to reach your left hand to the back of the room, your right hand to the front of the room, and you're going to walk your front foot in a few inches so that your heel is now lined up with the center of your back foot. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, deep bend into that front knee for Warrior 2. Gazing over that front middle finger. Soft shoulders here. One more breath. On your next inhale, flip your front palm up. Take a soft reverse. Right hand to the back thigh. Slide that right hand down the back thigh, looking up here. 1 breath. Awesome. Inhale, come all the way up. Keep a deep bend in your front knee. Hinge forward and place your left elbow onto the front knee. Flip your bottom palm up and then roll your right rib cage up. Maybe look up to that right thumb. Press into your back foot. Get low in that front knee. Take an inhale here. Exhale, reach your top hand to the front of the mat. Palm facing down. Beautiful extended side angle pose. Two more breaths. Next inhale, come all the way back up. Straighten into that front leg. Take a soft reverse. Right hand to the back thigh. Reverse triangle. Very nice. Inhale, come all the way back up. Bring those hands to your waist. Bend into your front knee. You're going to hop off your back foot. Step up to the top of the mat. Reset those feet to hips width apart. We'll take a half sun salutation. Inhaling, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale to prayer. Lovely. Release those hands back to your waist and let's switch it out. Do the other side. Left foot steps way back. We're going to line the back heel up with the front heel. Back toes are bumped out ever so slightly. And then bring your hands to your waist. Left hip is going to roll forward. Your back heel is likely gonna pick up. That's perfect. Set it back down. On the inhale, arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Warrior one. Chest and hips are square to the front of the mat. Perfect. Maybe looking up, relax those shoulders. Couple breaths here. Let's take another inhale. Exhale, open it up, right hand to the front of the room, left hand to the back of the room, front foot walks in ever so slightly. Press into that back outer edge of the foot to sink low into that front knee. All right, warrior two here, shoulders are relaxed. Gaze over the front middle finger. 3 breaths. Perfect. Inhale, flip that front palm up and take a long back bend. Awesome. Take a full breath here in our peaceful warrior. Next inhale, come all the way back up and hinging forward at those hip points, right elbow to the right thigh. Flip the bottom palm up and then roll your left rib cage up, tracking the gaze up to the ceiling here. Deep bend into that front knee. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes overhead, reach to the front of your mat, extended side angle pose. Perfect. Notice if those front toes are gripping, softly pick them up, relax them back down. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, you're gonna come up nice and slow, straighten that front leg, left hand to the back thigh, reverse triangle. Inhale, come all the way back up. Hands come to your waist, bend into that front knee, hop those back toes up. Step those feet to hips width apart, half sun A, inhaling arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhaling, half rise. Exhale, folding. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale, prayer. Perfect. Hands come to the waist. Left foot's going to step back wide onto that mat. And then from here, we're going to flip the toes in and the heels out. So we're super pigeon-toed. You're going to get really, really wide in that stance. All right. And from here, you're going to release your hands behind your back and you're going to interlace those fingers one more time. On your inhale, pull the hands down, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, fold with a flat back. Folding, 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 and then as we fold, hands come up and overhead. Now, if you find that the hands aren't coming up off that low back, you might need a little space between those hands, in which case I recommend grabbing a strap or a towel and holding on to each end. And then over time, you can walk those hands closer and closer together until we're able to interlace those fingers and seal those palms. Beautiful. In our wide fold, we're pressing down through the outer edges of those feet. A few more breaths here. One more breath. On your inhale, come up slowly with the flat back. Exhale, release the hands to the waist. You're going to turn your right toes to the front of the mat. Again, heel is lined up with that back heel. Inhaling those arms up to shoulder height. On the exhale, you're going to hinge forward at that right hip. Release the right hand onto the thigh. We have barely any weight in this right hand. Core is doing all of the work here. Rolling that left shoulder up. Maybe looking up, coming into our Trikonasana pose. Now, wherever that right hand goes, whether it's down to the foot or down to the earth, hardly any weight in it at all. Belly is doing all the work for us. Gorgeous. 2 more breaths here. Trikonasana, triangle pose. We come out the same way we came back in. Inhale, slowly rise. Beautiful. Exhale, release the hands to the waist, flip the toes. Left toes now to the back of the mat. Heel lined up with that back heel. Back toes are bumped in ever so slightly. Inhale those arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, look over the left fingertips as you hinge at that left hip point and make your way softly into our triangle pose. And find your hand position on the side. It may be the same or different. Belly is working here. Everything is getting a great big opening. 2 more breaths. Gorgeous. Next inhale, come all the way back up, nice and slow. Exhale, release your hands to your waist. Flip your toes all the way back to the front of the mat, and then safely step up to the top of our mat. Reset those feet to hips width apart. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half rise. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, come all the way back up, palms touch. Exhale to prayer. Beautiful. All right, hands come to the waist here. And you're gonna step those feet to hips width apart. Start to drop all your weight over into that left leg and float up onto those right tippy toes. Now you're gonna catch your balance on this standing leg. Relax your gaze. Pick a spot on the floor in front of you, something that's not moving. Beautiful. Now from here, you're gonna open your right knee wide out to the right. Hips usually come with for the ride. So we're gonna try to keep that thigh open, but then square our hips back front. All right, from here, we're gonna slide those tiptoes into the inner ankle. Now maybe we stay here and work on our balance here. If we wanna add on, we can slide the foot up to the ankle, or maybe the shin, or you can reach down, grab the foot, and hike it up onto that inner thigh. Wherever you choose to be, it's either above or below the knee. We never want to place the foot on the knee and push it in a direction it does not want to go. So find your balance here. Beautiful. Relax that gaze. Coming into our tree pose. Let's see if we can bring those hands to prayer at heart center. Beautiful. Take a breath. Next inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Exhale, can we separate those hands, growing the branches of our tree? Beautiful. Now trees aren't stationary. They move with the breezes. So embrace those wobbles. And just finding all the ways that that foot is working to keep us upright. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhale, bring those hands to prayer at heart center. Beautiful. Release your hands to your waist. And then safely release the right foot back down. Go ahead, shake those legs out. And let's take a half sun salutation. Inhaling, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half rise. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling to prayer. Take a breath here. Release those hands to your waist. Heel to your feet back to hips width apart. Beautiful. This time we're going to drop all the weight into that right leg and we're going to float up onto those left tippy toes. Alrighty, open that left knee wide out to the left. Keep that rotation, external rotation of that thigh, but track those hips back square. Alrighty, slide the foot in, and maybe we're big toe on the earth, maybe we're foot on the ankle, maybe we're foot on the shin or to the inner thigh. Beautiful. Relax the gaze. Find your gaze point or drishti. Relax the eyes there. Will definitely help your balance. Let's see if we can bring our hands to prayer at heart center. Soft shoulders here. Take a breath. Gorgeous. On that inhale, can we float those arms up and overhead? Exhale, perhaps separate those hands. Belly is firm here. Core is working. Couple more rounds of breath. Doing awesome. Let's take one more long inhale here. Exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. Beautiful. Release the hands to the waist and release the left foot back down. Go ahead, shake those legs out. Alrighty, we're gonna come back down onto the mat. Step up top of the mat here. Final half sun salutation. Inhaling, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half rise. Exhaling to fold. Beautiful, bend into those knees. Sit your hips back to your heels. Walk those hands forward. Come into a child's pose. Couple breaths. Beautiful. Next inhale, walk those hands back up towards the body. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Until we're sitting up nice and tall. All right, go ahead, sit off to one side. Crisscross those legs. We're just gonna come into a few wrist stretches. So relax those shoulders down the back. Then go ahead, take one arm straight out in front of you. You're gonna flex the wrist so the fingertips are coming up to the ceiling. You're gonna bring the other hand across and then just softly pull back on those fingers, looking for a super long stretch here, the bottom of the wrist. Relax those shoulders down, 2 breaths. Inhaling. Exhale to release. Bring your thumb into your wrist crease. The other fingers come on top of the hand and then softly pull back, stretching the top of the wrist. 2 breaths. Beautiful. One more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and release. Shake it out. And then extend the hand back in front of you. And then one by one, we're going to pull back on those fingers. Get a nice big finger stretch. Awesome. Roll the wrist one direction and the other. Shake it out. Let's swap it out other side. Inhale that arm straight out in front of you. Flex into that wrist. Fingers come over onto those fingers and then pull that hand back. Couple breaths here. Exhaling to release, thumb into the wrist crease, other fingers come to the top of the hand, and then gently pull those fingers back towards you. Beautiful, go ahead, exhale, release, shake it out. Let's stretch those fingers one at a time, softly pulling back on each and every finger. Beautiful, roll the wrist one direction and the other direction. Go ahead, shake it out. Fantastic. We're going to make our way onto our back. And we're going to start out here with the soles of the feet on the earth. And we're going to bring those arms up and overhead. Now from here, you're going to bring those knees in towards the chest. And we're going to lift the booty up off the floor. Bend into those arms so that knees tap elbows. You got it. On our inhale, we're going to lengthen the legs out long. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale once again. Bring that butt up. Bend into the elbows and knees. Touch knees to elbows. You got it. We're going to see if we can get a little bit of a motion here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. You got it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Butt comes up into the air. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Last 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Exhale, hug those knees into the chest. Release the soles of the feet back down onto the mat. Walk your heels tight into your body. Feet to hips width apart. Bring your hands down alongside you, palms face down. Next, inhale, press into those feet, lift the hips up as high as they're willing to go. See if you can rock the shoulders under the body one at a time. Interlace those hands underneath you, and then press down into the backs of the arms. Press into those feet, get those hips up even higher. Setu Bandhasana, our bridge pose here, breathing. One more. Exhale, release. Roll everything back down. Once that low back is safely on the mat, hug those knees into the chest. Give them a nice big squeeze. Beautiful. Release head, neck, and shoulders back down and soles at the feet to the mat. Go ahead and cross your left ankle onto your right knee. Flex that left ankle. Press the left knee away. Either stay here or add on by bringing the hands behind the thigh. Interlace those fingers. Use the elbow to press the knee and thigh away from the body. Top ankle stays super flexed, but this bottom ankle just relaxes. 5 breaths. Couple more breaths here. Upper body's completely relaxed. Beautiful. Let's deepen the twist. Keep the legs in the exact same position, but just remove those hands and extend those arms out to the sides into a T shape. Inhale. Exhale, twist over to the right. Keep going until the sole of the foot meets the floor. Right hand comes onto that knee. Press that knee away as you melt the shoulders down. Maybe look over to your left. Two more breaths. Beautiful. Go ahead. Unravel those legs, stack the knees. Bring those knees back up to center. And then from here, windshield wiper, those knees from side to side. Perfect. Whenever you're ready, you reset feet to hips width apart. Go ahead, cross the right ankle onto that left knee. Flex that right ankle. Press that right knee away from the body. Whenever you're ready, hands come behind that left thigh. Beautiful. Flex the top ankle, bottom ankle is loose and relaxed. And then press that right knee and thigh away from the body. Big opening in the outer hip. 5 breaths here. Chin is gently tucked, shoulders are soft. Couple more rounds of breath. Perfect. Legs stay where they are. Release those hands. And then safely and softly twist over to the left. Keep going until the sole of the foot meets the earth. You can use that left hand to keep nudging that knee away from the body. Right arm comes out to the side. Maybe look out to your right. 5 breaths. Perfect. Go ahead, unstack those legs. Bring those knees back up to center. And then windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Beautiful. Let's gather those knees into the chest. Give ourselves a nice big squeeze here. Hands come behind those thighs. We're going to rock up and back until we can comfortably rock all the way up. Scoot down your mat. Extend those legs out long. Move any fleshy bits out of the way so we can sit flat on those sit bones. Stack the vertebrae sitting up tall. Let's flex those ankles. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the heart. Exhale, pull your belly down onto your thighs. Let your hands fall wherever they fall. Inhale, look forward. We're going to slide the shoulders down the back. Keep that back super flat as you pull your heart forward towards those toes. Melting the belly onto the thighs. Coming into our seated forward bend here. Pressing the backs of the thighs down. Few more breaths here. Awesome. One more breath. Inhale, half rise, look forward. Exhale, release, come all the way up, flat back. Bend into those knees, gather the soles of the feet together. Once again, we rock side to side to make sure we're right on those sit bones. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward with that flat back. Two more breaths here. Beautiful. Next inhale, come all the way up with a flat back. Gather those knees up, soles of the feet to the floor, leaning back, windshield wiper, those knees out from side to side. Beautiful. Come all the way back up, scoot back down that mat. And come to lay down onto the back, making sure the entire head is on the mat. We're not hanging off, and that we're completely even and level. Hug those knees tight into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Separate those knees out super duper wide. Slide the hands up to shins, ankles, maybe outside edges of the feet. Beautiful. Separate those feet out. Pull those knees down. Happy baby. Few breaths here. And then in our happy baby, we're going to pull one foot in towards us as we extend the other leg out straight for our Peter Pan pose. Couple breaths. Beautiful. Inhaling here. Exhale, bend into that leg. Inhale, extend the other leg out long. Beautiful. Inhaling. Exhale, release, bend back into those knees. Separate those knees out as wide as you can as you work to bring those feet together. One more breath here. Beautiful. Coming back through our happy baby for our last final rounds. Feet separate out wide. Maybe rocking side to side. And then on that exhale, release, bend into those knees. Hug those forearms up around those shins. Bring your forehead up to those knees. Give yourself a nice, great big squeeze. Tense the toes, tense the legs, squeeze the arms tight. We'll tense the booty, the belly, and the back. And then all the muscles of the face, eyes, nose, mouth, everything comes into an itsy bitsy little ball. Tense, 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 tense. One more long inhale, squeezing. Exhale, release, relax, flop everything down. Beautiful. Extend your legs out long, feet out wide to the bottom corners of your mat. Allow those toes to drop, relax out to the sides. Slide your shoulders down away from your ears and extend your arms down alongside your body. If it's comfortable, maybe flip those palms up. And then gently tuck the chin so the back of the neck is long. Beautiful. Taking our last few movements here so that we can come into stillness in our Shavasana. Resisting the urge to move once we come into this final pose and just allowing your body to rest completely. To prepare ourselves for our Shavasana, we'll make our way into our guided relaxation, focusing the mind on the base of the feet. Relax the toes, feet, and ankles. Relax the shins, calves, and knees. Relax the hips, thighs, pelvis, and buttocks. Relax the belly, low back, and middle back. Relax the chest, shoulders, and upper back. Relax the arms, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, and thumbs. Relax the neck and the throat. Relax the jaw and the tongue. Set the tongue gently behind your teeth. Relax the forehead, eyebrows, and space between the eyebrows. Relax the eyes. Let them float back into their sockets. Relax the scalp, Relax the brain. Let it settle into the back of your skull. Relax all of the internal organs. Relax your lungs. Release the breath. Release the mind. Simply float, resting completely in our final pose, Shavasana. You can remain in Shavasana for as long as you desire. But if you wish to wake the body, begin to lengthen your inhales and deepen your exhales. Begin by touching each finger onto the thumb, and then wriggling the toes, the fingers, the wrists, and the ankles. Whenever you're ready, reach your arms overhead, bring your feet together, find a long stretch from tip to toe. On an exhale, make your way over onto one side. Pausing there, maybe using one arm as a pillow for the head. Take a full breath here. Gently make your way up into an easy seat. And then stack those vertebrae one at a time until we're sitting up tall through the crown of the head. Take a full breath. Beautiful. Soak in, absorb the effects of your practice. And then let's close our practice together by bringing our palms to touch at heart center. Wishing you every blessing. Namaste.